This is the story of David versus Goliath, where faith meets fear and courage conquers might. A young shepherd, armed with nothing but a sling and unshakable faith, stepping forward to confront this colossal warrior. In ancient Israel, two armies faced off in a valley. The Israelites, led by King Saul, were up against the formidable Philistines, who had their giant warrior, Goliath. Now the Philistines gathered their forces for war and assembled at Soko in Judah. They pitched camp at Ephes Dammim between Soko and Azekah. For 40 days Goliath, a giant over 9 feet tall, defied the armies of Israel, demanding a champion to fight him in single combat.
This day I defy the armies of Israel. Give me a man and let us fight each other.
The Philistine came forward every morning and evening and took his stand. King Saul, Israel's first king, was chosen for his imposing stature, yet his reign was troubled by disobedience and fear. His army was paralyzed by Goliath's challenge. Saul's failure to follow God's commands led to his rejection, but he remained the king, facing the overwhelming threat of Goliath. Meanwhile, God had chosen a new king. Samuel was sent to anoint one of Jesse's sons, not by appearance, but by the heart. The Lord said to Samuel, "How long will you mourn for Saul, since I have rejected him as king over Israel? Fill your horn with oil and be on your way. I am sending you to Jesse of Bethlehem. I have chosen one of his sons to be king." Samuel visited Jesse in Bethlehem to find the new king. Jesse presented his eldest son, Eliab, but God revealed that he was not the chosen one. When they arrived, Samuel saw Eliab and thought, "Surely the Lord's anointed stands here before the Lord." But the Lord said to Samuel, "Do not consider his appearance or his height, for I have rejected him. The Lord does not look at the things people look at. People look at the outward appearance, but the Lord looks at the heart." None of Jesse's sons were chosen. Samuel asked if there were any more.
"Are these all the sons you have?"
Jesse mentioned David, the youngest, who was tending the sheep.
"There is still the youngest. He is tending the sheep."
David was brought before Samuel, and God confirmed that David was the one. So Samuel took the horn of oil and anointed him in the presence of his brothers. And from that day on, the Spirit of the Lord came powerfully upon David. David returned to his duties as a shepherd, unaware that his life was about to change drastically. Years later, David arrived at the battlefield to bring food to his brothers. He heard Goliath's taunts and was moved by righteous indignation.
What will be done for the man who kills this Philistine and removes this disgrace from Israel? Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?
David offered to fight Goliath, recounting how God had delivered him from a lion and a bear while protecting his sheep.
The Lord who rescued me from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear will rescue me from the hand of this Philistine.
Saul, seeing David's conviction, reluctantly agreed to let him fight, though he offered his own armor, which David declined.
"You cannot go out fight this Philistine. You're only a boy, and he has been a warrior from his youth."
David chose instead to rely on his shepherd's tools. He picked 5 smooth stones from a brook and prepared for battle with a sling. David faced Goliath with unwavering faith. Goliath mocked David's youth and weaponry.
Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? Come here, and I'll give your flesh to the birds and the wild animals.
You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied.
Reaching into his bag and taking out a stone, he slung it and struck the Philistine on the forehead. and he fell face down on the ground. David's victory over Goliath was a testament to his faith and God's power. The smallest shepherd boy had triumphed over the greatest warrior. But this triumph stirred deep jealousy within King Saul, Israel's first king. David was lauded as a hero. The people sang songs of his victory, and David's fame grew throughout the land. David's story inspires us to face our own giants with faith. Subscribe to our channel for more and inspiring Bible stories and lessons. Feel free to comment down below if you like a certain Bible story that you want us uncover.